Okay.
president to attend anything he wants.
Where's West today? I'm surprised. What West is not here?
Who?
John West.
John West is not here, that's true.
He's always been here.
Yeah. And Shannon Young said he couldn't make it.
And Tina tried several times to get on, but I don't know if she's here now.
No, probably not.
No.
Okay, so, so moving on to approval of minutes. Any questions on the minutes here?
That was a year ago. Is there a way, like, John in general, that for these things that the next meeting is a year away, that the minutes can come out early?
You could put them out, you can put it out minutes anytime you want. It's just usually been thought of until they're formally adopted that there could be things, but yes.
But I mean for
we-
comments.
We could put them out, yes.
Yeah, but then you did, but
Yeah,
then you,
I'll-
but then if you had any questions, you gotta wait to ask him.
That's.
Yeah. Okay, all right, okay,
But yes, you can.
okay.
Suggestion.
And what we would do then, we would just notice on the website, they're unapproved.
Or do you even have to put them on the website?
Well, how else do people see it? You mean,
No, I go
you
to
just
the
want to go to
committee.
the committee only?
Because that's what happens now, it just goes to the committee.
Well, yeah, but after the committee
To review,
approves it, it goes on a website.
that would have to do to the next meeting.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, go to the committee, so. we can
Sure.
express-
I do them within 2 days. So, yes.
Okay.
I see what you mean. No reason why we can't.
Okay, all right, okay, so, all right, so any questions on the minutes? I didn't see any myself, but,
It was a year ago.
yeah, I know,
It was basically the final meeting where you just fine tuned the budget.
Yeah.
It was.
yeah,
I mean, the website, I don't know if that was corrected, but I couldn't find the final budget actually. It was a couple of pages, but not full proof. So that's something we can follow. Son, or
Yeah.
Andrew.
I can put it in.
Oh, you can-
I'm putting stuff on it now, mostly for
Let's
anybody.
look at it, because
Yeah.
I'm always confused where it's actually.
Yeah. Yeah, see, first it has to be turned into a PDF, then you can put it on. But the problem is the footer on there can't read it, but it shows up and somebody has to tell you it's on.
Oh,
You know, it's kind of weird.
so, any motion to approve the minutes, I guess?
I make a motion. I'll second.
Okay.
Pick either one for that.
And the,
Next one is the recompense, the
is it expenses to date, I guess?
Yeah. second page of the.
Yeah, it's
all good.
South State, okay, so, anyway, if you notice here, we've got a nice positive thing for the, administration because the insurance having its high, we thought. And then there was some negative things related to, particularly, we talked about it in Rankin County
Mhm.
and the traffic rules. You can tell what happened there.
The first thing I'd like to address, if you don't mind,
sure.
is the income of all sources. We show that there is a negative when there really is not. And I've had a conversation with Justin saying, I don't know, why can't we show it? Because we put a budget, and when we made the budget, we anticipated making money from the investments. And so we put it at a higher figure. We're collecting the money, but they're not allocating it. And therefore it shows a negative money.
Yeah, that's how it bugged me too, yeah.
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 Well, we
Yeah.
So the actual
Okay.
stuff happening, seriously, which
Yeah.
is correct.
Well, it just looks bad.
But we have a line item, so there's no reason why he shouldn't have looked at that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I talked to Justin and he said, oh, I see what you're saying. I said, well, again, when we're constantly making money over budget, why should we have a negative of $23,000?
Can I change it?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm working with.
Oh, okay, great.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, if I didn't do it, it would next report will have it on.
Can you correct the June report?
Okay,
It's too late. We know.
For what reason? We know we got money.
yeah,
Yeah, I know we got.
No, but I can tell you this afternoon.
okay. All right, can I make a quick point on, how the interest? There's like I said, 95% probability of it's going down, so you may want to lock in anything. Again, renewals coming up, lock in for a long term. Because the insurance is going to go down, so you won't get the good rates we're getting now. So you might as well lock it in for a longer term period if we can. No, I'm talking about, I said any of the CDs coming due soon. Oh, okay. But yeah,
So, see. Forecast to be- forecast that's what
maybe, yeah, somewhere around it, but it's not gonna go up probably. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. So anyway, just the longer term if you can, because you'll have it longer term in that rate.
We do a year,
Uh-huh.
1 year
Yeah.
CDs, and we have many that stagger every quarter.
Okay, good, okay, good, okay.
Yeah, the only one you want to be careful of is the operating fund CD, because you want that to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a liquid area.
The amount of money we're putting in is tight.
So to clarify, good point, John, I'm talking about reserve CDs in general.
Okay.
We do, since we're starting to
Yeah.
build towards next March's insurance
Right.
payment on the operating side.
Yep.
We've taken some of that money and put it in a CD. And that will mature in January, so we don't go by a year on the operating side, we go
Okay.
by when
Okay.
we need.
Okay, yeah, that's what I would do too, yeah, so, okay, all right, good. Okay,
Going down the line item, obviously, insurance is the main issue, why we have a surplus. Okay, secondarily, there has been no expense for Infinite Tech, but we just paid the $950 yearly fee, so that budget line item is on target. Grounds are slightly over because we've had tree expenses and mulch expenses early in the year, and they will amortize.
yeah,
Okay, buildings are primarily because of electrical repairs. We've had one average almost one every other week. We just did another one, 139, 138 was done last week, and now 130 to 308 popped off last weekend.
Should we put that on the future agenda for the reserves?
Well, yeah, we do have, we started last year at $50,000 a year for the buildings. And so that should help that in the future.
I'm thinking.
Well, how much are we using?
Yeah,
well,
Operating?
Well, right now, the reason we're $13,000 over is because we're.
Strictly because.
I wonder if we should have an electrical reserve or something.
Well,
Particular
there's
ones.
no reason why not. But
Yeah.
see, this goes back a little bit. I had every year 50,000 for buildings. And back when Sue was president, she said that was a nebulous, just having buildings on there. We couldn't justify it. I mean, so really, we should have been having it, in my opinion, all the way through.
we just call it,
Call electric if you want.
yeah, because,
These things seem to be
well, they're 40 years
They're
old.
happening.
happening quickly and they're substantial.
How much does it cost per?
They're running 3,000 to 5,000 each,
Wow.
depending on.
Do you know how many were replaced in 2023 and 2024 to date?
I'm gonna give you a guess right now, 11 for last year and probably 7 this year.
Wow.
And that's already over the 50,000 building budget.
Well,
So- Although
yes and no, we could go back, and you can even go back if you want the operating fund to look better. We can go back and take some of the money from the reserves if we haven't allocated it. In other words, you can say, go back and do 139 or this new one, 308, pay it out of the reserves no matter what,
Well, I think you do this good, like, because this meeting is where you see us ending up at the end of this year. So if we predict that maybe we'll have 1 or 2 more ground straps going bad, are we gonna over on the operating budget at that point?
Yeah, obviously, because we're over on it right now. It could amortize
But a lot of
out.
times that's the timing, like.
Yeah, but
you have
we're
an
already,
idea.
yeah, we're already July.
So you think we're gonna be over?
We're
because
gonna be over.
If we go at this rate, it'd be a 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it a good time then to future ones to be taken out of the reserve?
So we
Yeah,
have.
so we're looking at buildings and you're looking at pool and tennis. Before we get to the last one, and again, pool and tennis has been leaks and repairs for equipment we've purchased. As you remember, we spent, whatever it was, $18,000 for the, automatic feeders. And we anticipated buying five to $6,000 worth of extras for it, to bring it up to speed. When we found out that Pools by Lowell stock it, we didn't have that expense. So, but we have been buying some probes and things like that to replace on some of the equipment we anticipated having to do anyway. And they was around $400 a piece. And so to try to keep the pool and tennis reserve, we're running over in the operating. And so what does that do? When you run over in the operating, that hits your operating surplus. And that's why it's almost entirely impossible to figure now, because the only reason we're positive is because of that big insurance deficit. Because if we were to take everything else, we would be $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 over budget, and that's your operating surplus, you know.
Oh, but here's the question I have. We reduced the fees that the residents are paying, right?
We reduce the fees, and that's gonna reduce our surplus
That's what I thought, yeah. Okay.
for the insurance for the last 2 quarters.
Right. Okay, all right, okay.
But Mark demanded that.
That is not true.
Can you explain to me note 5, I just noticed that vendors billing methods?
Yeah, they didn't bill.
This is really.
Well, no, it's vendor building and it's idiocy in the front office, and I'll take responsibility. Not to beat a dead horse, but our prior secretary held bills because she couldn't understand them. Instead of giving them to me, we had like 4.5 months. She didn't give it to me for processing payment because they were all the same. They are the same every month.
That's why she's working it,
And he was
right?
arguing with the guy, and so we ended up, and I should have seen it earlier, then I found it, but it was already, we probably paid October, November, and December in this year.
Okay, all right.
So in theory, last year we would be underrunning the budget because they never got in there. And so that we would have developed a little bit of surplus going into 2024. So now we're using that surplus up because they're finally paying.
And we're caught up
Where's my
100%.
money?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, he did, but he kept going with her instead of calling me. Then he called me for it, and that's how I got in. And we have, you know.
Okay, I was wondering, okay.
Okay, and then obviously the last thing is the real disaster is the change in the billing of the trash. As you know, they wouldn't give it to me in writing, but when I talked to the county that I do each year, they didn't indicate anything massive in change in the budget. And of course, they passed their budget October 1, and we really weren't notified till after our budget was set.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat high because of two things. It's not only trash, but the pool and gas. The pool gas is also in there, and it comes down. So that some of this deficit is going to be wiped out because we're using practically nothing for the next 6 months.
Yeah, the trash.
So that's going to help. The trash is going to be the disaster.
Of that 70,000, 39,000 is due to the trash. So that's just gonna grow exponentially each month.
Yeah.
Probably looking at a total of 78 grand if you just double it, basically, right? It's gonna
Yeah.
be
This one, yeah.
probably double it, that would probably be what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So that's gonna, that's a factor for budgeting.
Yeah, right.
Also, as you look at this sheet, and we'll deal with reserves obviously next time, but I've kind of opened the reserves up instead of doing a single line item. And you get a pretty good idea of what we spent in the reserve budget this year.
I like this better.
Yeah, I think it explains it better.
Everyone have one of those sheets that you're talking about?
It's
except
the
for-
bottom, it's on the bottom of the,
Next page, there we go.
That's what we did before.
Okay, because your page looks like that, and I'm kind of sitting there going,
No,
I don't
that's
have
my
a page.
notes, because, as treasurer at the board meeting this afternoon, we
Okay.
usually discuss the variances.
All right.
Notes.
maybe it's too much coffee.
Well, her page that she's looking at, and it looks like this, and my page looks like that, I'm going, I don't have that page. Maybe somebody needs to send me, is that what it is? Okay.
So, all in all, the insurance situation, thank God we didn't have to pay 1.6 million,
Yeah.
but then we paid 899.
Mhm,
And so that's why we continue surplus.
mhm.
And that's where the figures jump back and forth as to what your money gonna have, because we paid X, and we're collecting X. But the bookkeeper is, yeah, well, that's right, that's right. And we're charging, we're getting income of 130,000 each month. And he's capitalizing the insurance that we paid to $74,000 a month. So either we're making a net of 60,000 for the rest of the year. But I think we're making a net of $130,000 for the rest of the year because we already paid the bill. So the real dollars are coming in. So that's why we have more than I think that than we thought, and our surplus is in better shape. But the way he's doing it,
Have the
he's
money available to
proportionate.
pay next year's bill.
Right, well, the way I look right now is if it's truly the 130 a month that we get, we should have sufficient amount of money to pay a 12% increase by the end of December. But then, we gave 10,000, no, we gave money back. Yeah, yeah, so we may have to have the January to help us, but we're in very good shape
We should
for a
be.
12% increase. Or 15, even maybe an 18% increase if it comes.
Yeah, that means my condo insurance went up nothing this year.
Get the right agent.
Well, I don't know.
How much do you pay?
Just over $1,000.
You got the right agent.
Yeah. I think mine is too.
I've heard that some people have contacted agents and they're paying 2,200, 2,400, 28. We even had one, the lady in 511, I think it was, she was paying 2,900.
Wow.
Does she have riders on?
So I sent her an agent, the lady, she's like, next time you come by, I want to give you a kiss. I said, that's all right, I'm glad you're happy.